Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our D&D in the Eye of the Storm campaign. I'm the Ravenous Archon. My name is Will, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. Last, we left off with our group. We opened up with Eteocles the Forgotten and his evening adventure, as we got to follow him around, see what he wanted to do, see why he separated himself from the group, and we got to see that he wanted to follow Wraith home to make sure that he got home safe with all the money that he had given her. But we got to meet instead a young valet half-elf called Gavin, who works for Count Venestratus Durenth of Beaumont, and who has been looking for the group that they could help out with some errand that Nathaniel Hughes kind of sent them to find. He asked E.T. to find a walking cane with a silver raven atop the head and a silver tip at the bottom that had been stolen from his estate, or his room rather, where he was staying at the Tideswallow Estate, somewhere on the way from his room to the Tempest docks where his ship was waiting for him. We got to see him kind of have Helen lead as she chased down the scent of this cane, and we hopped over to Dolo, Aelin, and Togoth as they arrived at the docks, and we got to see the effects of a charm wearing off excuse me, on Aelin, who threw Dolo into the water, where we got to find out that he can't swim. And so before he drowned, she managed to jump in after him and pull him back up onto the docks. They got to see Rierto, the Ginta family ship, at the end of the docks. And then they got to see, they both noticed someone very familiar in the form of a stranger colored hair and eyes to one person from Aelin's past called Nyx. They chased her to the ship, and we switched over to Eteocles as he continued to kind of race through the city trying to find where this lost cane had gone to, and that led him to the Salt Kiss Lovers Tavern. He saw a band playing there. He noticed that everybody in the place looked shisty and mischievous, and so, as he would normally do, he declared himself the law in the room, and everybody scattered. And then he just started going to town, attacking anybody and everybody that was close to him, until one dwarf kind of held up his hands and asked him to stop the nonsense and the senseless murdering, and he gave up the staff, the hand cane to him, and then disappeared into the crowd, because Mama didn't raise no fool. We switched back to Aelin and Dolo, who had chased after the young girl, while Togoth kind of went fishing. Excuse me. Aelin rushed and tackled her to the ground, and they noticed that she wasn't anything like Nyx at all, but there was stark resemblances. They later found out that she is actually a changeling named Adamir Thibs, who has taken the persona of Gemma Crossguard and the image of a person that she called not Nyx, but someone else. And this definitely shook Aelin to her core. Dolo even walked out on the whole conversation. But they did learn that the girl that she had taken the persona of was named Naya, and that she had either left Formosus or Momont about a year before this whole altercation took place. She asked to not be referred to by her real name, that the image that she's taken right now, which is Gemma, is the one that's kind of attached to the Ginta ship. But they also learned that Rierto was last seen going to dinner with Lady Yasica. She also did reaffirm the fact that he was a guest of the Ildar family, and so everybody has assumed that he has been staying with them. They let her know that should he come back, that he shouldn't try to leave the city. And then Dolo raced off after Aelin. We got to see Eteocles come back to the Mutineers' Lounge, where Gavin and his master were eating, and we got to see a little bit of the interactions of how rich this count is and how willing he is to kind of reward those that do favors for him, as he gave him a big sack of 100 gold pieces for returning the cane, and then gave him another bag of 100 gold pieces for a second job of tracking down his family's heirlooms. He promised another 400 gold pieces upon the retrieval of the first piece, which he believed to be in the ruins nearby. And then Eteocles kind of agreed to the task. And then as he was trying to separate himself from the Count used a little bit more of a persuasive ability to bring him on board and take him back to the Tideswallow estate. We switch back to Aelin and Dolo on the road back to the lounge. They shared a very somber moment where he offered to hear her out if she ever needed an ear or a shoulder. And they mentioned wanting to go to either House Ildar, checking out the cobbler, or to just trying to find out where Rieto is entirely, and even if that meant going to the Tideswallow estate. They also learned a little bit about where the Tideswallow sits and how the 3 islands are called the 3 Fingers, and that's the kind of with the area where the guild Pockets controls and operates from. They learned that they would have to skirt around Fairview Park at night instead of cutting through it during the day, but that the route to the Tideswallow wasn't difficult. When they got back to the lounge, they saw that Mandan was there, gave her back the note that she had left for Eteocles, and on the reverse side, she wrote, "We're back, you're not, I'm not leaving you another note, fuck you," a little heart, and then an A. And we left off with the group doing their own thing for dinner as they returned to the lounge and kind of split up for the evening, and plans were being hatched. And now we get to come back to the situation with Eteocles first, I think. Excuse me. So, you left the night before with Count Venestratus.
Yes.
You have been in his presence since leaving. He kept you up the whole night, asking you questions about your history. You found him very persuasive.
He is very nice.
He did nothing but ask sincere questions about you, your past, what led you to come to the city, excuse me, and how you got mixed up with the group that you're currently with now. And he kept you up most of the night. And then once daylight came around, he excused himself, apologized for having kept you up all night, and then made his way into his room to sleep for the evening. Gavin was left to kind of make sure that your needs were addressed, should you need anything.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. But otherwise, you and Helen have a free room at the Tideswallow for the night, for the day. It is nothing like the Mutineers' Lounge. There's a huge, soft bed. It's a 4-post bed. It's got mosquito netting. There's a porcelain basin that looks like a small bathtub for you to wash your face or hands. There is an actual bathtub in the room itself. You're not in a room that has a window, so you can't see anything, but you do know that there's a whole set of rooms on the opposite side of the hallway that look out onto the coast.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, do I know anything about like what a vampire is?
I doubt it, but you could try to roll first roll of the night. Give me let's do a
What do
history.
you want from me?
Do a history. History or nature?
17.
17. You have heard stories of creatures that exist solely on the sustenance of the blood of others, that they are nocturnal, that they can turn into bats or mist. The typical kind of rundown. They're allergic to garlic. Can't cross running waters. They have to be invited into your room, into your house, or whatever. But yeah, you've heard of vampires before.
Yeah. Okay. So what time of night is it, or morning, I suppose?
It is just before daybreak when he leaves you alone.
Or are you tired, Helen?
She's already asleep.
She's asleep. This is a very nice place. I am also a little sleepy. I'm going to take a bath.
You see Gavin
Get to
come over. He's like, "Would you like me to wash your back, sir?"
No.
All right.
No, I do not.
Very well. And he goes over and he stands in the corner.
Young boy. Oh, you're going to stay in here?
Yes, I have been given over to you to address any of your needs, sir.
Like permanently?
No, of course not.
Interesting. Tell me about your boss, Gavin.
Oh, he's fantastic, sir.
What about him is fantastic?
He's generous. He's kind.
Yes.
And he is taking care of me, sir.
Tell me more about Momont.
It's a great coastal city, unlike this, of course. Excuse me. There's a great wall that's being erected as the old city is kind of giving way to the new city, and the river that cuts through it is really spectacular at sunrise and sunset. I find it's the only place that I've really known, sir. So I find it's excruciatingly beautiful.
Very interesting. So let me understand the terms and conditions exactly. You are to assist me in all of my needs before he wakes up again.
Yes, of course.
And what time is he going to wake up?
Oh, he's a sound sleeper, sir. He'll sleep through the day.
What? See, normally I need at least like 4 hours, 8 hours to sleep. He will sleep all day.
All the day, yes.
Then that is enough time to find his magic trinket. Okay, Gavin, we're going to do a job together.
If you're sure, sir.
Positive. You go into his... Actually, we will go to... Forget the bath. Let us go into his room.
Oh, we can't do that, sir.
Why?
I'm not allowed.
Okay. Then you... Hey, Gavin, you stay right here, buddy boy. I'm ready to go kick his door down.
Do you know which room is his?
He bought adjoining rooms.
That's what he told you.
Oh, you're right. I'm just gonna break down the adjoining door.
Okay. Left or right?
Gavin, what hand does your master write with?
Oh, he is right-handed, sir.
I break down the right door.
Okay. You see what looks to be a pair of dwarves, a male and a female, who are getting dressed for the day. And they immediately look over in your direction. The female screams, "Bandit!"
Wait, no! You're not what I thought it was. I am a cop. I apologize. Here, have 5 gold.
That's how you solve all your problems.
I don't need money.
Okay.
5 gold.
The male comes over, snatches the gold out of your hand. This is preposterous.
Yeah, whatever fancy words you want to say. Go to the left door.
Can you get open?
Yeah.
You see a pair of elves, 2 males, both in bed, and they both kind of just pull their blankets up, and both of them just scream.
Cop business. Cop business!
And at this point, you see that guards have come upstairs.
Oh my god. I throw 5 gold. Everybody lives happy lives when Eteocles fucks up.
But
hey, Gavin, where the fuck is your boss?
Oh, I don't know where his room is, sir.
How do you not know?
He chooses a new room every night.
That's stupid.
It's an old custom, sir.
That's stupid. So what? You just have to... Wait, hold on, Gavin. You're not making sense right now. You're telling me that you are this man's ward, yes?
I am his valet, sir.
And hold on. You're his whatever. And you're not the one who moves his belongings into other rooms?
No, of course not.
I grab Gavin and put him against the wall. Then how did his cane get snatched in the first place, Gavin?
Because I wasn't paying attention, sir.
Of course you weren't paying attention, Gavin! Helen!
She gives you a big yawn.
We're going back to Aileen and Togo and Dolan. And we're taking Gavin with us.
The guards stand in the doorway. Sir.
Hello? Yes. I already paid for both of the people that I interrupted. I thought this man's boss was in the adjoining room like he told me he was, but he lied to me. So now I am going to take him back to where I was. I promise I've already paid for all the issues. I am also a cop.
They look at your badge.
I fucking walk right past him.
Okay. And then one of them stops you.
Yes. Yes, can I help you?
Sir, please. We're going to need you to come down to the magistrate building to clear this up.
Why? But why?
Because you just clearly assaulted 2 families, sir. No reason.
Actually, hold on. I may look like a mindless monster, but I have a higher intelligence than you are giving me. The word assault, my friend, and I'm looming over him, the word assault, my friend, is if I were to directly attack them. I interrupted their daily routines and then paid and apologized. If you were to ask the dwarven fellow, he said it was poppycock. If you were to ask the nice young elven boys, they just took the money and went back to bed.
Sir, we saw you push this young boy against the wall for no reason.
And his master told me that he was mine for the day, and we are working together to find his master's belongings. And I would appreciate it. if you were to respect the job that I am on as city cop,
Who appointed you to this position, sir?
Nathaniel Hughes.
They see that they look at each other, and the other one sighs. Yeah, of course. That guy will give anybody a badge.
And I am anybody.
Yeah, clearly. All right, go.
Yes, clearly. I'm not sure if you... Okay, thank you. You, both of you, here, a gold for both of your time. I don't want to be fucked around with anymore. Goodbye.
Gavin just kind of looks at you as...
Come on, Gavin!
All right, sir. He'll follow you.
And we go back to my friends.
Yeah.
And I don't care what time it is. I'm knocking on Aylin's door.
Okay. So you get back. You haven't slept.
No, so I'll take it.
It is the morning. It is the next morning after the whole situation with Nyx. So what would Aylin have done during that night, if anything? Excuse me.
Oh, I'm coming. Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So,
On stream and everything.
I am going to. So at night, I would like to go and check out I want to sneak around.
Yeah.
And find where the pocket's main stronghold is. So
Okay.
I sneak out.
Okay. Give me a charisma check. Persuasion, deception, whatever you want to roll to try and get this information from people.
Okay.
What route do you think that Aylin would take?
You said either between
Persuasion,
charisma,
persuasion or deception.
I'm gonna persuade them. I'm gonna persuade them first.
Okay. Yeah, persuasive you are. 11. Okay. So greasing some palms, trading favors for favors, you find out that Pockets is usually some of their members can be found at the Sulkist Lovers Tavern. So you head over there. You can see that there is just this scene of chaos. Excuse me. There's what looks to be blood splatter against one wall, against the whole table. 2 chairs seem to have been cracked. A table seems to have been cut in half. One man, is on a couch with his foot elevated and it's kind of bandaged, and there's ice, and he's got a little crowd of people who are just listening to the story. It sounds like it's like the 13th or 14th time he's gone through the story. But yeah, everybody there looks like they have something to hide.
Well, amongst my kind, I suppose, in a way.
Yep.
Do they notice me come in?
Not at all. Nobody cares.
Fan-fucking-tastic. I want to get a drink.
Yep.
And sit in the corner of the bar, and I want to tune in on his story.
Okay. The bartender comes over. It's a big, meaty half-orc. Looks to be the same size as Eteocles, but without the fur. And he just looks over at you. What are you drinking?
Give me a lager.
Oh. All right. You don't see many elves drinking lagers.
I'm not like many elves.
Good. I like that. And he goes over to one of the big kegs, pours you a lager and a drinking horn, and just puts it in your hand. You want me to start you a tab, or are you going to be paying by the drink?
Open a tab, and I wink at him and grab the beer and head to my seat.
So you see that he writes something in Orcish on the paper and then stabs it into the wall. Do you know Orcish?
That's what I was just going to check, but I don't. I
Okay.
know Goblin.
Well, do you know Dwarven?
No, I
Okay.
know Thieves.
Thieves
Crap.
can't.
Thieves can't. Common, Elvish, and Goblin.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Uh,
I have no idea.
yeah, it almost looks like a scratchy kind of goblin, but it looks like he wrote not elf one logger.
I'm glad I winked at him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go over. I want to take a seat, and I kind of want to just overhear what the mail is showing off about.
Yeah. And he finishes the first round, this round of the story. There's a bunch of people that are clapping. Somebody gets him a drink, for all the pain that he suffered, and there's a halfling that just kind of looks at him and is like, "No, I don't believe you. There's no reason for the mismen to just come in here and start attacking randomly like this." And the guy's like, "Look, bro, you weren't there, all right? I saw this big, like 9-foot tall, furry monster of a bugbear, and that big Great Dane wolf creature hybrid that just gnawed at my leg until it hit bone. Like, you weren't there. You didn't see what happened." And the halfling's just like, but the mismen know not to come in here. And he's like, "I don't know what to tell you. He came in, he was yelling about some kind of cane, and then he just started attacking everybody."
So, I am legit like drinking, and I hear what's happening. And the minute I hear his description and the Great Dane,
Yeah.
I cough.
Yep.
And I look over to him and I was like, "Hey, buddy, who did you say came in here and attacked you and all of this blood?"
Oh, you should have been here. Like, you don't even know. Some big gorilla of a bugbear came in here just demanding something stupid, like some walking cane that some dwarf had on him, and he just started killing people left and right.
I look around the room, I see all the blood, and I look at him and I go, "Are you sure about that? Did
Yeah.
some girl come in here and just kick your ass?"
No.
And I shoot him a smile.
No, he killed Rodrigo.
Who? I stifle like a laugh.
Yeah.
And do you know where he went afterwards?
I mean, he put money on the bar for the damages, and then he left. Oh no. He talked to the band. He threatened the band, and then he left.
Got it. I look around. Is the band still there?
No, they're gone.
Okay,
Like, the stage is empty.
got it. Do I notice like his big ass feet footprints walking out of the bar and all of this blood? Do I see anything that would let me know maybe that he left?
Does Etiocles wear a certain type of shoe, or is he barefoot?
Yeah, he wears Jordan 3s. No, he's barefoot.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have Aelin do a perception roll. See what you can for 22.
Toma!
Very nice. Yeah, you see the distinct footprints of what is a large, kind of like size 14 or 15 barefoot creature with just the little wolf dog paws next to him.
Okay. I put my drink up and I say, "Well, then cheers to surviving. Looks like your friends weren't so lucky." And I tip over a little bit of my drink and I go, "And I guess a little bit for Rodrigo, was it?
Yeah, yeah, he was the best fence to this side of town.
The best what?"
Fence.
Mm, got it. And what's your name?
My name's Emilio.
And I was like, Amelia.
Yep.
He's what, sitting like on a couch?
Yeah, yeah, he's sitting on the couch. He's got an ottoman that where his leg is kind of extended out to.
Okay.
Yeah, he's comfy as fuck right now.
I sit down next to him and I prop my feet next to his ottoman.
Okay. He winces a little bit as he shifts his leg around.
Okay. I don't care. So I look around all of them and I'm like, well, boys, story time's over, I guess. Anybody else got another story for me? Or is it just this one poor guy and a dog and a bear that attacked him?
And everybody just kind of like looks around and they start to meander back to their seats. And he kind of looks at you. He's like, it's a bugbear. It was a big monster fucking
Got it. Bugbear.
goblin.
Yes. Goblin, bugbear.
Yeah, yeah. They're all goblinoids. I don't give a fuck.
Got it. And Emilio, you seem so big. Like, are you? Apparently, you can defend yourself around here.
Well, I mean, I had to deal with the dog, so I was spared. But wherever he brought his axe down, like that was it.
Yeah, lucky you.
And you see him kind of start to stare off into the distance. And just like, yeah, Rodrigo never saw it coming.
Is someone gonna miss Rodrigo other than you?
Yeah, he had a wife and a kid.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, drink up. Do I notice anything on him that would let me know he's a Pockets member or not?
There's nothing on him to give him away, but you notice that whenever he orders another round of drinks, that he uses hand gestures that are very reminiscent of thieves' cant, and that the bartender picks up on that.
I down my drink,
Hmm.
and I too use thieves' cant to order another drink.
The orc behind the bar kind of tilts his head at you, and then you see with a smile he kind of scratches his chin and he goes over to the note and he writes a 2 instead of the 1, and he starts to fill another lager horn.
Okay. Does Emilio notice or anything like that?
Yeah, but he tries not to play it off like he saw it.
So I look to him and I say, so I'm new in town. Where can a girl find friends like you with such amazing stories?
Oh, I mean, you sit around here long enough and you'll see some shit.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
anything else interesting happened this week?
I mean, besides the bugbear attack, not here per se in the inn, but outside, somebody let loose a purebred naga at some point. Damn thing ended up killing almost 2 mistmen before we managed to bring it down again.
Do I detect that he's just bullshitting me to fit the conversation or doesn't want to tell me something?
Give me an insight check. Let's see if you can pick up on his 5.
Bleh.
He's. You don't think he's bullshitting you, but he's definitely exaggerating.
He's definitely a vampire.
That's
He
what
might
I'm
be.
thinking about right now.
He might be a vampire.
It very well could be. Although there's a lot of blood in here. I would hope that there would be some blood thirst going on if there's like all out here.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so I get up and I go to the bartender
Yep.
and I sit at the bar to get my second drink.
Yeah, he just slides it to you the second you get to the bar, and he picks up your empty horn, starts to wash it.
And what's your name?
Grizz. I didn't know you run in our circles.
Told you. Not your typical elf.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I'm looking for the circle here. I'm new here. What is
Huh.
the circle here?
I mean, depends. What are you looking for?
Guess I'm looking for some work.
I might be able to put you in touch with someone that can help. You squeamish?
Never.
Okay.
I drink more of my drink. I look at him and say, Is there somebody special I should talk to? Or are you gonna facilitate for me?
You got gold on you?
Well, I don't know, I guess. Depends. Who's asking for it?
There's a $20 buy-in for a dice game downstairs. It's a good way to get noticed by the right people, if you know what I mean.
I wink at him and I put the 20 on the bar for the game.
Okay.
I put the money on the bar to pay for my drinks.
Yeah.
And an extra for him for like helping me out.
He gives you back the money for the drink. He keeps the whatever you give him as a tip, and he trades the 20 gold pieces for 4 blue rimmed chips.
Okay.
He's like, this will get you downstairs. The doorway over there will lead to the hidden stairwell. You should be able to find it. You played dice before?
Don't we all?
Good. So you know the rules.
So I'm gonna pretend that I do, but you're gonna have to tell me what they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna totally pretend because I should know, but Q doesn't.
Yeah. So, you go downstairs. It's not hard to find the hidden stairway. And there is a big bugbear standing guard. He just kind of looks down at you, sees the chips in your hand. All right, come on in.
Like, man, you really did a number on your friend Emilio upstairs. And walk in.
He just kind of scratches his head. But you see that there are 6 tables in what would normally be a wine cellar. They're all half circles. There's 1 dealer and up to 5 players per table. Every table has at least 1 seat open. There's a different cast of characters at each table. 1 table has a goblin that is currently winning. 1 table has a orc that is currently winning. 1 table has this beautiful what looks to be half elf or full elf woman currently winning. There's 1 table with a dwarf winning, and then the last 2 tables in the back are kind of crapshoots. There's not one definitive winner. Everybody's kind of had like even set of chips, but you do notice that everybody has at least 10 chips here.
Oh, so I'm coming in, struggling.
Coming in on the low end.
Coming in on the low end. Does anyone at any of these tables seem to have a guard near them?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. Well, then I'm going to sit at the table with the pretty young lady who's winning.
Okay. And as you go and sit over at the table, is Togoth doing anything during the evening that we should be worried about?
Well, Emilio. Sorry.
Emilio!
Anyway,
I did want to yell at him as I was going down the stairs to to the place. I wanted to just be like, "Bye, Emilio."
well, Togoth, because this is when we're going back in. This is at the end of the night, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
So everybody had dinner by themselves. Everybody kind of went off by themselves, and then the evening has kind of wound down. You find yourself in the room. E.T. is not returned. Helen is not returned. Aelin and Dolo have gone to their own rooms and have just kind of hunkered down for the night.
Okay. Well, and as I'm sitting there, just trying to meditate a little bit, but kind of thoughts in my head, like E.T. has been gone maybe a day or two, and it's understandable, but this feels different. So he's not wanting to stay in the room by himself for that long, so he decides to go downstairs to take a look, to check up outside of one of the doors from the bar, because he did plant clover leaves. He just wants to see have they started sprouting since he's put them down. He's trying to get his mind off of the fact that because the fact that he can't sleep at the moment.
Yeah, I get you. You go out to where you planted the clover leaves, and it doesn't look like they've started to sprout. They're still down there. You can see that there's a little bit of a mound, kind of like a little bit of just a slight, not fully aroused nipple, but a little bit of a nipple coming up out of the ground.
I grab it, go into the pockets of my my coat, and I take out some of the dirt that I have in there, and I start rubbing it a little bit in my hands. I go, "This is the good dirt. This is the good stuff." And then I start rubbing it on top of the mound. I'm trying to just focus off of just trying to get keep myself busy. But while I'm doing that, I wanted to look around to see what's going on, at least in the bar or around the area while I'm there.
Inside the bar, you can see that there's a couple of people that you recognize as regulars. There's two that stand out. There's a young boy, excuse me, a young elven boy. Doesn't look anything older than 16, and looks well-to-do. He's got the typical trappings of a valet, and sitting across from him is what looks to be this very standoutish humanoid. Looks to be a regular human. Just very regal clothing, definitely out of place for the Mutineers Lounge. But they both have a drinking cup in front of them, and you see that they have just delivered some food that the boy is eating.
Only the boy.
Yeah. The older gentleman seems to be preoccupied looking outside. It looks like he's waiting for somebody.
Okay. I noticed this, and even a goblin of intelligence of 10 can understand that they're obviously waiting for somebody, is how he's picturing it. So Togoth decides, you know what, this might be fun. So he goes to sit across from where they're sitting. Does not really wants to see more of this guy's face, but doesn't want to be like right next to them. So he's going to be on the other side of the bar, and just looks over at the barkeep and tries to wave his hand. He's like, "Oh, one."
Manon comes over. You want your regular?
Please and thank you.
All right, I got you. And he goes and brings you like not a half pint, but like a 3/4 pint. Puts it in front of you.
And I grab it with both hands.
Yeah, the gentleman looks to be clean-shaven, brown-haired, human male. No distinguishing features. It looks like he's got some soft eyes, some soft brown eyes. It's just like he looks like he's anxious or worried. And every so often, like the boy will remark about the food, and he'll just kind of like nod and wave him away.
As they were passing, as I was getting the food, I want to look at the server that's there. How long have they been here today?
Man, it looks at them. Oh man, not long. Maybe an hour.
Hmm. They really look out of place.
Yeah. It was weird because I saw him talking to your big friend earlier.
My big friend, E.T.?
I guess that's his name. Yeah, the furry
I
one.
literally get up. With the mug in my hand.
Yeah.
And I walk over. And I look at them with a big shit eating grin.
Yep.
Hello.
The human turns to you. Hello, my friend. How may I be of service to you?
Oh, I am so sorry. And I grab the mug and I just finish it all in front of him.
Yeah.
And then I set it down. I go, I am Turgoff. I am friend of E.T.
Oh yes. Nathaniel Hughes explained to me about your group.
Nathaniel Hughes, would you say? And who might you be?
My name is Count Venestratus Duranth of Momont.
Oh, and like I hear the name and it just has literally 4 names in the
Yeah.
name. I'm just like,
Yeah.
am I supposed to bow? Okay, and I just, kind of like a curtsy bow.
Yeah.
Just okay.
Yeah. He holds out his hand. We don't do that here.
Oh, yeah. And I turn over to his friend that it's with him.
Yeah. He bows to you.
Yeah. And your name, sir?
Oh, this is my valet, Gavin.
Oh, okay, Valet Gavin. Nice to meet you. Are you waiting for E.T. just like me?
Yes. I sent him off on a mission.
Without me? He looks over. He's like really like that's kind of sad that he hears that. Where did you send him?
I didn't send him anywhere, my little friend. I tasked him with bringing back a walking cane that had been stolen from me. It is a family heirloom, and he gave his mongrel some scrap of clothing, and then took off.
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna say that out of character. Yeah. Someone got fucking yeah. Anyway, cool. Okay. And so he's meeting you here?
Yes, this is the predetermined spot that we were supposed to meet at.
Oh, okay. Did he say where he was going?
Not at all.
Oh, can't help me with anything. And I look over at Gavin. I go, would you happen to know anything?
Shakes his head. No.
Oh, you guys are useless. Okay. Well, if you see E.T., just let him know I'm looking for him. And I turn and I walk back to my seat.
Yeah.
I grab the mug and I'm just I'm almost dragging it on the floor. Like, this sucks. I just wait till because I'll wave my hand so I can get another one.
Yeah, Manon comes over, grabs your mug.
I want to ask, did you see E.T. at all?
No, they were talking outside.
Who was talking outside?
He points at the table with the Count and his valet, and like them and E.T. were talking outside.
You wouldn't happen to know where he could have gone either, right?
Nah, I mean, he went deeper into the city. Went east, I think.
Okay. He's just sitting there going up, like, just trying to finish whatever food he has there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go back upstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna, everybody else's room is closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go back then into the room and hopefully ET returns. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna lay back down.
So we're gonna go back to Aelin. Dragon Dice is an interesting game to play. It's gonna require you to roll 3 6-siders.
Yeah.
The dealer also rolls a number of 6-siders. It's not 3, though. It depends on how much you're betting. The more you bet, the more dice the dealer rolls. And everybody starts off with just their base 3. And the first round of betting kind of is to establish the dealers starting with 2. 1 chip in front of everybody means that the dealer rolls 2 dice. Any raises that are matched means that for every extra chip, the dealer rolls an extra dice. If you match 1 dice on the dealer and yours, you get your money back. If you match 2 dice with any of the dealer's dice, you get your money back plus 25%. If you match all 3 of your dice to at least 3 of the dealer's dice, then you get your money back in doubles. No matches means that you obviously lose your chips.
Fantastic.
So you sit at the table, you see the elf look over at you, she smiles and she grabs her 3 dice and she kind of plays with them a little bit, and then she puts them on top of her smallest stack, and she grabs 1 chip and just puts it in front of her. And you see the betting action starts to come around. It gets to you. You're like in on this round.
Yes, actually. I want to make sure that when she smiled at me, I smiled back, gave her a quick little wink, played with my dice as well. I kind of whispered to her, let's see if I can catch up to you. And I roll my dice, so I'm gonna roll 3.
Well, the first is the round of betting.
Correct. So I put my 1 chip.
Okay. And you see, right before it gets back to her, the guy next to her puts in 2 chips, and she looks at him, looks at the 2 extra chips she got to put in. She shrugs and she puts in 2 extra chips. The guy next to her drops out. The guy next to him drops out, and then it comes back to you. And you see that
for me to play, I gotta put 3 chips.
You gotta put 2 more chips in.
Right, so I have to, out of the 4 that I have,
yep,
I have to give them 3.
But you see that she kind of looks over in your direction, and her eyebrow raises slightly.
I back out.
Okay. She kind of gives you a sad look, and then she turns her attention to the dealer. The dealer rolls. You see that the guy next to her gets nothing and loses his bet, and she ends up winning. The play action starts again. They bet 1 and 1, and it comes to you.
I bet 1.
Okay. The aggressive player puts down 2 chips, and she just kind of looks at him. She shakes her head, and she puts down 2 chips in front of her. The 2 in front of you each put in a chip, so it comes to you.
You know what? I put in everything else I have. Which is only 3 chips. I have to match him, right?
So it's you'd have 1 chip to match.
Right. So that's 2.
That's the 2 that he put down.
So I put 2. All right. So I'll put 2.
Okay.
Put the 2.
Dealer knocks on the table. He grabs all the chips, brings them to the center, and shows that he will be rolling 3 dice. Everybody kind of nods. And then everybody grabs their dice and just puts them into their cups and rolls them in front of them. And in turn, the dealer will kind of point to each of them and reveal the dice that he's rolled. So go ahead and roll 3 6-siders.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I could have done more than 1. There, I'm gonna roll the other 2 together.
Okay.
A 2.
Okay, so 2, 2, and 1.
Yeah.
The dealer rolled 2, 3, and 3. So you did manage to match one of the dice. So you get your money back plus an extra chip. And she turns to look at you, and she gives you a nod. Like, well played. The action now comes to the 2 that were the second one that was in front of you, but he's out of chips. He didn't roll anything to match the dealer's dice, so he kind of gets up and gets out of the table. So action is to you. How would you like to start this betting?
So I look at her. I raise my eyebrow, and I just put 1 chip. I'm in. I'm just in.
Okay. The aggressive player kind of scoffs. What is this, baby games? And he puts in a stack of 5. She...
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, she just kind of shakes her head at him. And she knocks on the table to pass. The gentleman next to her knocks on the table to pass. And so the action becomes to you.
What race is this gentleman?
The aggressive player?
Correct.
Tiefling.
Oh, okay.
Tiefling male.
Okay. Noted.
Yeah.
I look at him, and I say, "You keep losing. So, but you know what? I'll join and take more of your money." And I call.
You put in all of your chips?
I put in all of my chips.
Damn, son. Okay. So for 5 chips, that means that you get 2 for 1, and then 3 at 2, 4 at 3, 5 at 4, and 6 at 5. So 6 dice are being rolled right now. You're still rolling your 3. There's a lot of better chances. Fine. Yeah, there's a lot better chances now.
2, 3. Why does it add 1 when I do this? I don't know why it adds 1 in my custom roll.
It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know why it does that.
3, 4, and 6.
Yeah.
So there are 2 4s, 2 5s, 2 2s. You've got your 4s. Let's see what he rolls. 2, 3, and 4. So he's matched up on 2 numbers. So you get your 5 back. And you see that they pull out some extra chips to give him for the stuff that he's won. But he kind of looks over at you. Lucky roll. And then he puts down 3 chips to start the bet.
Okay.
She looks at him.
I'm after him?
No.
Okay.
She looks at him. She looks at you. And in Elven, she says, "I'd like to see where this goes." And she puts 3 chips on the floor. The guy next to her drops out, and he picks up his chips and goes to a different table. So it's now the tiefling, the elf, and you. The action is to you.
I say in Elvish, and I'll join you on this little adventure. And I put down 3.
Okay. Dealer knocks to show that and grabs all the bets in. So a bet of 3 will get you 4 dice on the dealer's cup. And he grabs the 4, throws them into the cup, starts rolling, shakes it up real good, and then brings it down. Go ahead and roll your 3.
The same. I'm rolling the same.
4,
It's
3,
rigged,
and
it's a
6.
It's a rigged system.
There's 2 2s, a 3, and a 5. So you get your 3 chips back. But you see that the young elven girl rolled a 2, a 3, and a 5. And so she takes all of his money from him. And that goes to her. She kind of sees that you're not doing well, so she just puts a single chip on the table.
I kind of like just look at her like with my side eye, and I put 1 chip forward, and I give her a wink. And in Elvish, I say, "Good. I'm hoping to sit here for a little bit longer," and put the chip down.
The tiefling grabs his stack and his dice, and he's just like, "I'm gonna go where there's some actual action." And he goes over to a different table.
Hey! There could have been action here. Maybe not with chips, but you could have probably seen something. Bye.
Yeah. So, dealer grabs the 2 chips, puts the 2 dice in his cup, shakes them. So roll your 3 dice.
Okay.
Now things are a little bit more difficult.
God damn it.
6, 3, 6. Dealer rolled 2 4s. So neither one of you landed the number, and so he takes the chips, puts them in the bank. And she looks over at you. "You're not good at this dice game."
No, maybe not. But I still like playing. You seem to be excellent at this game.
Sometimes.
And your name?
I was just about to ask you. I haven't seen you around before.
Well, I grab her hand. If I make to grab her hand, and I say, or give my hand to her and say, "I'm Aelin, and you are?"
She shakes it. My name is Arstagi.
And are you from around here?
Yes. I've been here a long time.
Well, I haven't, but I'm so glad to have met someone who has. Is there anything I should know about this wonderful place I find myself in?
Well, this is definitely an establishment that's meant for members of the Pockets Guild, which is why I'm kind of trying to figure out how you ended up down here.
Well, it's a funny story, actually. I was looking for like me. And I want to use Thieves Can't to let the dealer know that we're going to play another round so that she can tell that I'm... Or is there somewhere I can order a drink? I'd like to use the Thieves Can't.
Sure. And as you'd say that you're ready for the next round, she holds up her hand. Excuse me. And she motions, and you see a different tiefling. Younger. He, average height, kind of has this black spiky hair, and he has 3 pairs of horns along the crown that curve down like ram's horns into each other so that they kind of loop like Celtic loops. He's got yellowish eyes and just this slightly kind of burnt orange skin with streaks of red and yellow. And he comes over, he bows low to her, and then he kind of looks at you. And she goes, Erascles, this is a new friend of ours. Her name is Aelin. I'd like her to be introduced to the rest of the people in charge, if you could arrange that. And he furrows his brow in confusion. If this is what you would like, madam, I can try to arrange it. But it is short notice. She nods. I understand. I've heard that Mr. Hughes has a new group running around town, trying to find out what happened to the Lady Yasika. I believe you might have some information for us on that front, Miss Aelin. And the tiefling kind of looks over at you. Is this true?
So I look at him, at the tiefling. I look to her. I'm like, I'm sorry. Before we get into all of that, should I be bowing to you?
She smiles. No, you're not part of the guild. No formalities here.
Okay. I say in Elvish, maybe I can bow in a different way. And then I look to the guy. I'm talking to the girl like that. And then in common, I say to the guy, I don't really have much. I am just beginning to figure things out, or to try and figure things out. Do you guys know anything about it?
He looks at her. She nods, and he goes, I think it would be best if it is brought up with the rest of the lieutenants. This is not a safe place to talk. And he rushes off. She motions to the dealer, and he nods, and you see that he starts to collect her chips. And she gets up, and she holds out her hand to you. Would you like to follow me, Miss Aelin?
Well, I'd love to. I gather and get up and I follow her.
Okay. And she'll lead you to a side room. You can see that there's just this beautiful kind of boardroom table. There's a bunch of seats. All of them have a different animal carved into, like an animal head carved into where the head of the sitter would sit. And you see that there's 6 on either side of the table. The one that she sits at is the head of the table, and that just has a crown instead of an animal head. And she has a chair brought in, simple wooden chair brought in and placed next to her. And she kind of pats the seat of it for you.
Well, all right. I mean, I guess I'll be the pet for you tonight. And I take a seat.
She looks at you, she's like, just tonight?
Just tonight. And I give her a wink and I sit down very comfortably.
And you see, out of the 12 seats, after an hour, 8 of them are filled. Excuse me. And you see that the tiefling stands to the opposite side of her as you're sitting. And he just kind of lays out small notebook in front of her, and she taps the quill to her fingertip. You see it draws a little bit of blood, and then the quill just by itself stands up on the edge of the paper. And you see that as soon as he sees that, he addresses the room, and as he begins to speak, the quill starts to write down everything that's being said, like minutes. And he goes, this is a meeting of the current members of Pockets. Seated at the head of the table is Lady Arastagi, second of her name, and third crown princess of the guild. We have come here to discuss the young lady to her side. This is known to us as Aelin. We have sensed no lies about that. We believe it to be true. And this is a young lady whose group is assisting Mr. Hughes on his investigation of what has happened to Lady Yasica. And you see a bunch of people start to whisper to each other. There's murmurings. And she holds up her hand and everything stops almost instantly. She looks over at you. Miss Aelin, if you could share with us what you have discovered about Lady Yasica's murder, we would greatly appreciate it. She was a friend of ours. So this matter is close to home.
Do I detect any lies in her saying, in the way that she says that Jessica was a friend of hers?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
See what happens. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, but I'll take it.
You don't sense any lies from her. And you also kind of picked up on the whole situation that they would know if you are lying to them.
Got it. Okay. How many are the 8 that are at the table? All males? Is there a nice little roundabout? Is this modernized? Is she the only female there?
There is a single other female at the table. Otherwise, it is a penis party.
Okay. Good to know. So I look around and I say, you guys could use a little more puss around here. Just saying, world's a little modern now. But anyhow, yeah, I guess I could give you guys some information. I don't know much. I'm still in the process of finding out more information. I could tell you I found a dress and a shoe that I'm still trying to find out more information about.
And you see it again, everybody starts to talk to themselves as you say that, and there's speculation going around. You can hear some of them like, "Oh, I knew it," and somebody else is like, "Oh, yeah, that proves nothing." And again, she holds up her hand. Excuse me. Please, if we could let her finish before throwing wild accusations.
Again, boys and lady, I don't know whether or not this even belongs to her. I'm not even from here. I could find out more if you'd be so willing to let me know maybe who can give me more information on this dress or the shoe I found.
One of them stands up. Do you have it with you?
I do, don't I? No, I have it in the room. Snuck out. I just left.
Yep.
With my knives, my daggers. I do not. I didn't really know what this wonderful night would bring me. But I can bring it to you. I have no problems with that. I mean, you are saying that Jessica was a friend. I'd like to figure out what happened to her. And maybe we find ourselves, guys, in a moment where we have a common goal.
One of the other males stands up. This is not a member of the guild. Why should we trust her?
I turn around and I look at him and I go, "You guys shouldn't trust each other. Isn't that how this works? We don't, trust a lot of people. But I can tell you, I have no reason to lie. I have a shoe. What? Why the hell would I give a shit about lying to you about a shoe?"
And you see that Aristogy kind of holds her hand up and she motions to something that you can't see or that you don't know that exists, but something above you. And she just goes, "The golems have not been triggered. She has been speaking truthfully."
Hey, look at that. So I looked at her and I'm like, "Listen, Queen," and I slightly just bring my head down.
She just whispers
I've
you
got-
an elven princess.
Oh, I like this. I kind of just the side of my mouth twerks up just a slidge.
Yeah.
I've got the shoe, I've got the dress, and I'm looking for a group like my ex group to also join. So it looks to me like maybe, I don't know, you've got some seats open here. And I count. I'm like, 4 actually.
You hear them all start to like rowdily talk amongst themselves, and you can just hear one of them's like, "How dare she look at one of these seats for her?" And somebody else is like, "Does she not know what it takes to become a lieutenant?" And the princess kind of holds up her hand, and you notice that this is the first time that they don't stop. Like there's still like banter going on.
I want to really quickly
Yeah.
launch like super fast, like fey fast. Grab one of my daggers, launch it, and I just want it to land right in front of the person who just said that.
Okay.
Like just in the table. I want to embed it like embedded in the table.
You see the second it hits the table, everybody stops, and out of the 8 of them that are there, 6 of them have drawn their weapons. You can see that the tiefling boy that was next to her, you never even saw him draw his rapier, but you feel the tip on the edge of your neck. You can see that he's got his hand extended behind the seat, out at you. Everybody here is more than ready to go to war at the drop of a hat.
I smile and I say, "I believe your queen asked you to stop talking."
They all start to sheath their weapons. You see that Aristogy kind of pats the tiefling boy on the leg, and he very slowly retracts the blade from your neck. And you notice that as he pulls it away and starts to bring it down, he just opens his hand and the blade turns to ash and it just vanishes.
Ooh, nifty trick. I like that. He is useful, I say to the queen.
Yeah, she nods.
And I'm sorry, you were trying to say.
She looks out at the table. "I understand what it means to be seated here at this table. All of us should know what it means, especially this seat." And she kind of pats it and stands up from it. But if anyone ever has any grounds to challenge for the throne, you know our rules, and you know when such a time is available. For now, I would like to pose that this is an initiation test for Miss Aylin here. If she finds out who is the murderer of Lady Yasika, we give her a spot in the guild. What she does beyond that, after that, is her business. She will have to deal with all of you at some point, because you are, of course, the reigning lieutenants. But who's to say where she'll end up in a year's time, 5 years' time, 10 years' time?
I look to the queen and I bow my head and I say in Elvish, I appreciate the opportunity to show you just my worth. And then I look at all the men in the table and I wink at them. And I said, what do you say?
One dwarf stands up. All right, I'm willing to throw my hat in on this. I'll follow you back to your room and I'll inspect the dress and shoe, and I can tell you who, if any of the cobblers that I know or any of the tailors that I know were responsible for its creation. We can go and talk to them in the morning.
I appreciate that. Anybody know who makes dresses here?
And they all kind of look at the dwarf who's standing up. I might have a few friends in the tailoring ward, sure.
Awesome. Is there anything that I should know, since this is now my initiation, that maybe might help me in this? This is a partnership.
She sits back down. I will send the Rascalese in the morning. He will walk you through any situation you might need to talk about.
And I look to him and I'm like, bring that little trick you do. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need it.
He just looks at you. We are simply talking. I do not need to bring my tricks for a simple chat.
Okay, but it's a killer bar trick. Killer.
But she looks out at the group. If nothing else is tasked of us, this is the new route that we're taking. So, does anyone oppose Miss Aylin joining the guild? And you see 3 hands come up. She goes, right. Does anyone vote in favor of adding Miss Aylin to our guild? And you see 3 hands come up. One of them being the girl. All right. Let the record show 3 votes for nay, 3 votes for yay, and we have 2 abstaining. So far, you are not allowed to use any of our resources, Miss Aylin. But, excuse me, like Galen said, he will follow you to your room, he will inspect the dress and the shoe, and once we know who it is, we will share that information with you, but we will handle it on our own.
Okay, so I look to the 2 who chose not to vote,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, so you're saying there's a chance? Got it.
Mm-hmm. And you see the dwarf come over, and he properly introduces himself. He nods at you, lowers his head, extends his hand. The name's Galen, lass. Where are you staying?
Where are we staying? Hold, please. I tell him where we're staying.
Yeah.
I give him my hand.
Mutineer.
I give him my hand. Yeah, that shitty ass place. I give him my hand. I say thank you. And I'm assuming he's gonna walk me out now.
Yeah, and he's actually gonna have you taken to the Mutineers' Lounge on one of his palimpsests.
Okay, while we're walking out, I want to just turn around to look at the queen, and as I want to bow to her as I'm walking backwards.
Yeah.
And look at her and say in Elvish, I really hope I see you again soon. And I turn back around, follow Mr. Galen out hunky-dory.
So smooth.
Yeah,
I am smoothest.
One of the last things you see as you kind of are about to turn around is that she grabs the quill off of the page, and the second she does, you see that the pages that the quill used to write all kind of just light on fire. They're immediately burnt out of the book.
Interesting.
She just puts the quill in the center of the book down and then closes the book and gives it to her Rascalese.
Okay. Make a
That
note of
seems counterintuitive.
I'm gonna
Oh.
I don't know that.
Yeah. But you're taken to a carriage, and Galen has a driver. He takes you back to the Mutineers Lounge, follows you to his room, to your room, and inspects the dress, inspects the shoe. It's like, yeah, I know who made these. Sure enough. Oh, this is gonna get so messy before it gets clean.
Will, by chance, since you guys have come back, would I have, since I just laid there, didn't go to sleep. Would I be able to at least hear people going into one of the rooms that I know is
for
from our
sure.
party?
For sure.
I ask him though, why do you say that? That doesn't sound good.
Oh, well, the only person that would have been trusted enough to create this kind of dress for the lady and this kind of shoe for her would have been over in Old Town. The name Creighton Stone Toes doesn't mean anything to you, does it?
No.
Yeah. You and I used to be friends. We came over from Ashengard about 10 years ago, looking for a better life for him and his wife and whatnot. You know. He's not what you would call a forgive and forgetter kind of person.
What does he have to forgive?
Well, the Ildar family is the ones that ratted his family out to the Ashengard. The Ildar family is the reason his wife is back in that Drow city.
At the hear of the word drow, I make a face.
Yeah.
Drow.
Yeah. He thought he had loyalty because he's a Durgar, but Drow aren't loyal to anyone.
At some point, Togop wants to be able to go and start walking towards Aylin's door, because obviously somebody else is awake besides himself.
Yeah. You can come in whenever you want to the conversation.
I come right on and I go, alone! And I literally just, my hands up.
We're two thief people. We wouldn't lock the door. When we walked in, we would just be like, hey,
That's true.
Let me walk to my room.
Oh, no, he doesn't care. Like, if you don't lock the room, he's not going to let us in his room. He doesn't give a fuck. He's just there to inspect something and walk out.
No, but I mean, I would assume that in my behavior, I would lock the door.
Okay.
I would.
Sure. So you hear? So you would hear?
I can hear him knocking.
Yeah.
Hold on!
You see him pull out 2 daggers automatically.
Don't. He's just. I know him. He's a part of the group that's helping me figure this out.
I see.
I continue to knock.
He puts the daggers away. You see him put the hood of his cloak up, and then you see him just become invisible. Handle him then.
Really, seriously, you guys with the tricks, amazing, really amazing. What do you want, Toga? I can't hear you.
Yeah, you're muted.
It's okay, it was the door.
Okay.
I found somebody that knows what Utu is.
Fine, I'm naked. I'll be downstairs in a little bit.
I immediately turns red. He's like, okay, and then just runs off. downstairs back to the bar. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. And you see when you go downstairs, there's nobody there.
Nobody.
No. The young half-elf boy, the very well-dressed man, gone. Just Mandan behind the counter.
I go out to Mandan. Where did the nice-looking suit man go?
Oh, he left a little bit ago with your big friend.
Uh, did you happen to hear where they went?
No.
Like he's just frantic at this point because of the fact that ET was literally just here.
Yeah.
And now he's gone. I jump up on top of the bar counter,
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Are you sure you don't know what you've done?"
He's like, look, man, I don't get paid to listen to conversations. I zone everything else out. Like, if you don't get my attention, I don't care what happens to you.
And I see Togop starts looking around like, is there anyone here I would have known, please?
There's no one there.
God damn it. And that was, how long ago was this?
I know it could have been like 20 minutes. It could have been like an hour.
What store?
Points to the main door.
So I go run to the main door and I want to be able to roll to see if I can at least survival for tracking. See if I can.
Sure.
See if I can spot his footprints, if nothing else, because obviously he's a goddamn bugbear.
Yeah.
Survival. Is it survival you want me to use or something else?
Yeah, survival.
Okay. Fuck. An 11.
11. You see that there are these two big barefoot bloody marks on the floor, and then you see the 4 Helen-sized footprints of blood also, paw prints. But once they get into like the main street, like they vanish. All the traffic that's happened, it's gone.
He puts his head down in defeat like, God damn it.
Yep.
And then I walk back upstairs, really like trudging, and I knock back on Ailen's door. Forget it, he's gone again. And I turn around, and with my head slink back, I just go back into the room. Like, this is bullshit.
Okay.
I looked at the Galen.
Galen.
I looked at Galen. I mean, sounds like rhymes with my name. Galen and Aelin. We're gonna be an amazing pair.
Yeah,
right. So I guess we meet in the morning, and you take me to this not so fun place.
He looks at you. He becomes visible again. He's just like, no, I'm not your handler. Erascales will fucking deal with you.
That's fine. She can deal with me.
Yeah.
Oh, he can deal with me. That's right. It's the tiefling that's going to see me.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Galen, for your help.
Sure.
I guess.
Thank you for this information.
I'll see you guys shortly. Do I know what Galen voted?
Galen is one of the ones that abstained.
Okay. So I looked at Galen and I'm like, don't worry. I won't disappoint. You'll be happy.
Sure.
To change your mind later.
Sure. We'll see what happens.
Now I gotta go to bed. I've got apparently a mission tomorrow.
Yeah, and he leaves.
Right.
In the morning, all of you are awoken to the heavy thuds, the heavy handed knocks of Eteocles.
Wake up!
And you can just hear Helen barking.
You all need to wake up right now!
No! You were here this whole time and you didn't say anything!
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I know you came back and you left without telling us anything.
Yes, the boy and his handler took me. Yes.
He does have the little half elf boy with him.
Well, my door, I don't lock my door because I don't give a shit. So
Yeah.
he could have just opened the door.
No, I'm in there. I'm looking at you.
Oh, you're looking at me.
Yes.
Ugh.
Hello.
And I see the boy,
Yep.
right? And I
Yep.
go, and why didn't you tell him that I was looking for him?
He was looking for me, Gavin.
Yes, sir.
Ah!
But I was never told
Gavin.
to give you this information, sir.
Hey, hello, Gavin. These are 2 strikes.
And you see me put my hands up. Turr.
If you recall,
Gavin.
sir, you told my master
Gavin.
to,
Shh. Gavin.
and he's just like talking to Togoth. He's talking to Togoth. He's like, you told my master to express your information towards him, sir, not me.
We're doing 3 strikes. Togo, is this 3 strikes?
I don't know what it means. We've never gotten to 3 strikes
Is
before.
it time for 3 strikes, Togo?
No, it's okay. As long
Gavin.
as you're back now, it's fine.
I am. Here is 100 gold.
And I swat it away like, I don't want that. And then it kind of like, with my foot, kind of like nudge it back towards me.
I hear that,
Yeah.
and I kind of like, I'm like opening up the door. as I hear
I've
him.
taken it off of my inventory. Someone write it down.
Wait, hold
All
on.
right, I'll go pick it up.
I hear, oh, damn it. I hear him say something about,
Ah,
here's
damn
100 gold. Here's 100 gold. I'm like, is ET giving out money again?
Not again. I rarely do this. But we
So
will.
as I get this satchel that weighs almost as much as I do.
Oh,
and I
more
put this
than you.
more than I
Wait
do.
for the Duke.
So I'm like dragging it
Yeah.
to the bed. And I'm just stuffing whatever coins I can into the pockets with my dirt and other like stuff. I'm just like, where have you been this whole time?
Well, I went to hold on. Aelin, do you want?
I barely slept. What is it? Is it important? Like, really important?
Get the fuck over here.
Okay, so I go back inside. I like throw on whatever clothes I have. I like.
Where is
half naked. I go-
Dolo? Is Dolo sleeping?
I don't know. Did you wake him up? Where's
No,
his
he
door?
needs his beauty rest at this fight.
If you open his
Oh.
door, it is empty.
Oh, he's not
No,
even
hold-
fucking here. Okay.
I was gonna say I would have been
Not
like,
even
"Fuck you,
fucking here.
fuck you." I
It's fine.
threw him in the water and he doesn't swim. Do you know he doesn't swim? And I go and I bang open Dolo's
Of course.
door. Wake the fuck up!
Of course I knew he doesn't swim.
Oh well, I didn't.
It's
Yeah.
like
I
the
would've
first it was like, hello, I am E.T. Hello, I am Dolo. Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Hello, I am Dolo and I do not swim. Like, oh, that is
Perfect.
sad. Swimming is a
Now-
beautiful do you want to hear you, Togo?
I mean, well, it's not like I can swim. I can't. I just can't do it.
Alright, this is my you. Hold on. Hello, I'm Togo. I'm little
Hi.
man.
Did I wake up for this? Did I really wake up for this?
Oh, wait, do you want to know why I gave Togo 100 gold or no?
Yes, actually, I would love to know why you.
And
So
why
I
there's a
would-
half elf boy in the room?
Why
Why
is-
is a half elf boy?
Oh yeah. This is our boy now. His name is Gavin.
Hi, Gavin.
Shakes his head.
And I wink at him. Hi,
I'm-
Gavin.
I'm not
And
your
what's happening?
So we have been hired by Count Vint to I was hired by Count Vint to get his cane back, right? So I went to the pocket place and
Laughing.
I killed
I just
like
start laughing.
3 people probably. And then a dwarf gave me the cane and then I left And then I came back here, and he gave me 100 gold. No, well, he gave me 200 gold.
Uh-huh.
But then I think I gave like 50 of it to Wraith.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well, so you don't remember anything after that?
No, I do very vividly. We went for a walk. We went to the Tide Swallow. He showed me the coastline. He asked me all about you guys, and I told him everything I know.
What?
He was just very nice man, and he was like, "What do you know about your friends? What are their weaknesses and their true loves?" And I was like, Dolo, he cannot swim. Togo, he cannot get to the jars on the tall shelf. Aelin cannot say no to vagina.
You're not fine.
I will die for Helen before I die for them. And they know this. They know that if I was hanging on a cliff and it was me or Helen, that I want them to save Helen, and I will die. Because Helen is my new life mate.
So hold on. While he's telling this story, I just want you guys to know that, like, I've opened up the room that was Dolo's in, and I've started to like lean, and I'm still very sleepy on the wall. I'm just nodding as ET is talking. I'm awake, but I'm resting myself.
Aelin, be careful. I know I have a very soothing voice because the Count went right before sunrise. He was like, E.T., you have a very soothing voice. It is time for me to go sleeps. I'll go, okay, Count Vent, good night. And he went...
Well, wait, I put my... Toga puts his hands up, he goes, wait a minute.
What?
He went to sleep when?
Well, we had been up all night long. And he went to sleep right before sunrise. And according to Gavin, I was going to wait around for him. Because I have not slept since the last time I slept. And Gavin said, "Oh, my master, he sleeps all day." And I thought, well, Gavin, that's
sound like
dumb.
that, sir.
I do not sound like that, sir.
I want to roll to see.
Roll for vampire?
No, I just want to roll an intelligence check, depending on where where Togop's mind is going, because we've been dealing with the idea of a vampire, and he is starting.
Not
is
me.
A strong word.
Not me.
Myself and Dolo have had this conspiracy of vampires, and now he's starting to make a compelling case that this person.
I haven't even told you guys the best part yet.
Yeah.
We were hired for a job.
Don't listen to Togoth. He's got this vampire thing that he's been stuck with. He was even making a steak. Like, it's been serious since you've been gone.
Gavin, is your master a vampire?
No, sir.
Exactly. That's what I fucking
Wait, I want to roll an insight check on that.
Go ahead.
I want to roll an insight check on this.
Go ahead.
Gavin, show me on the Helen where your master has bitten you.
Anyway, so insight, I gotta get to it. Oh my god, insight is such a horrible roll for me.
Come on. Come on.
13.
13?
Gavin is not lying to you.
Okay.
He truly believes that his master is not a vampire.
No, I figured that. I figured he would truly believe that his master is truly 100% unequivocally, without any doubt.
Yeah.
I have that. Yeah.
And anyway, if you're done with the vampire nonsense, we were hired by the Count to find a signet ring in the ruins. But the problem is, and I tried explaining it to the Count, that The walking stick that I retrieved from the pocket place is like a compass. So it would point you in the direction of other items that he has lost. Well, he did not. Gavin lost them.
No, I did not, sir.
Then why did I have to go find the walking stick that you announced that you lost?
I never announced that I lost it, sir. I just said that I wasn't.
Gavin, God does not like liars.
Which one, sir?
Which one?
Hey, Togo, which one do you believe in again?
The meter.
The meter does not like liars.
No.
Then,
That is true.
This is wonderful.
And we will split you open over a piece of grain as an offering to the almighty Demeter.
No, that's
like her thing, right?
Bring it back. No.
Oh,
boys,
no, that's not at all.
Boys,
yes.
I'm so sleepy. And
okay,
you gave a lot of information. You don't have the thing that's gonna tell us where all the other things are? Is that
no, but if we find it, it's 400 gold.
Oh.
So I don't know what. Look, I still don't remember what you. I'm going to be really honest here, Aelin. You did a really bad job explaining to me what our current thing is. Because look, here's what happened. I walked into the bar. We sat down at the bar. We got almost murdered by pocket people.
Yes.
And then later that night, I go kill more pocket people. I still don't know what we're doing, but I did the one thing that you always do. I am Aelin. I go get us work. Oh, I am brave, strong Aelin. I kiss many women. Yeah, that is fun and games and all, but I also got us a job.
Okay.
And I would like a thank you. Or at least, E.T., you are so smart and so brave, and thank you for not sleeping last night and getting us the job.
You're right. I just, we're already on a job.
But
yes,
what is it?
We're supposed to
You are vampire hunting? They're mythos. Mythos, that is what they are.
You're right. No, you're right. I don't care for vampires.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to find a murderer. And you, actually, did you say you were at Tide Swallow? Is that what you said?
That is where I was sleeping. Well, I was supposed to be sleeping. I have a room there right now. The beds are really nice. There's a bathtub.
Oh, that is nice.
Yes, I was going to take a bath, but then Gavin offered to bathe me, and it was really weird.
Offered to wash his back, ma'am. Nothing more.
Listen, I don't really care what you wanted to wash or didn't want to wash. Okay. Can we talk about this over breakfast? And can we figure out why Dolo isn't here? We can't seem to get all of us in line.
Maybe he is also doing a job.
Togop goes into the room when he hears that Dolo's not there.
Mm-hmm.
Does the room look like it's been unkempt? Does it look like it's been cleaned up or it's been left?
It looks like he never went to bed.
But his there's nothing left in there, no note, nothing like that.
No, nothing.
Notes. I wish you guys left me one or something, because then I would be able to know where you guys were.
I all of a sudden, Togop puts his arms over his head like, oh no.
I turned around and I was like, did you ask for a note? Because I did leave one. You know what? As a matter of fact, I'd really love for you to go read the new one.
Well, did Rafe tell you where I was going? Because I told Rafe that to tell you guys that I was leaving.
Did you walk Rafe home?
Yeah. And
would have seen her. She didn't tell us shit.
Oh.
Communication
Wait, hold on.
horrible in this place.
Hold on. I walked Rafe home.
No.
I told Rafe to let you know that I got... See, there was a flaw in this plan.
No, I think the flaw is that you think you walked her home. I think that's the flaw.
Hey, Gavin. Did I walk Rafe home?
No, sir.
Oh, shit. So Rafe didn't tell you that I left.
Right?
No.
Said nothing.
Mm.
But Togoth knocked on my door at some insane hour talking about knowing where you were. So where did you find out where he was?
Because
Yeah.
I saw this guy with, I guess, is the Count.
Yes, Count
the fancy
Bed.
pants. That
Yes.
they were waiting for you in the bar.
Yes.
So I went up.
Okay.
I knocked on Aylin's door. She
Okay.
said she was she had no clothes. So I walked away, and then they were gone.
Who was the bartender at the time?
Oh, wait, out of character. I forget his name. I know besides Rafe, it's the
It
other
would have
guy.
been Mandan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mandan.
So Mandan didn't tell me that there was a message for me. I came in, sat down. Well, was it Gavin? Was it the Mandan or Rafe when I came in?
Oh my
I
God.
believe it was a
You know
man,
what,
sir.
guys? All of this is much better with coffee. We have a lot to talk about.
No, hold
I
on,
need
hold
to-
on, hold on. You are not. Hold on, Aylin, you are not thinking about this with your full brain right now.
I'm not.
It is crack of dawn. That is
Yes.
best time to go treasure hunting because all the other treasure hunters have not woken up yet. So, I just pick up Aylin. So we're walking, and so we're just going to go to the ruins with Gavin. Okay.
My armor.
What?
I need my armor.
Are you not wearing it?
No, I just threw on clothes, like whatever was near me, and I ran out of the room.
Do you not also sleep in your clothes all day?
No, I sleep, and I look at Toga naked.
Look,
That is what if you are attacked in the middle of the night?
I am really good with a blade.
Yeah,
I do have one under my
like
pillow.
if someone were to stab you in the middle of the night, you would die.
I go up to ET and I poke his calf.
Yes.
I go and I say, look, eat first, then adventure, please.
This
and
is
then
bad. Bad plan. Look, I am going to spearhead this position of the job. We are going to do the ring job. And then we are going to do the murder mystery that you are on. Because I worked really hard to get this job for us. And we have a quota to meet, and I don't want to fall behind.
ET, I got an idea.
Yes.
Why don't we go to Tide Swallow, and I will steal the cane back, and we will
He's not there.
find the treasure. What do you mean
He
he's not
wasn't.
there?
That's why I brought Gavin here. Because he said, "Oh, E.T., I have room next to yours." And I said, "Okay, that is a really good plan." And then I kicked down both doors, and it was young elven couple posting love, and it was a dwarven couple getting ready. She had no clothes on it. I felt very embarrassed.
Oh, boy.
And then I gave them both 5 gold.
Okay.
And now Gavin, Halen, and I are here.
And I look over at Gavin, and I'm like, you don't know where your count is?
He switches rooms every night, sir, to prevent thievery.
And I told him that was dumb, because of course you're going to lose something if you do not know where it is.
Okay. And I pat I pat ET's leg, and I say, look, I got it. You were with them the whole night, and he gave you a job, and you're really excited. And I'm very, very proud of you. I am. Torgoth is so proud. However, you and me
Yes.
are not the brains of this operation.
That is a fucking lie.
Okay. What are you better at? Smashing things or talking to people?
Do you remember the dungeon with the 3 eyes and how I solved that riddle?
No. you know what you did was that you destroyed everything in the room in order
And
to
it
get
solved the problem, Togo! Oh, Dolo was standing there with many books, and he was like, oh, I'm going to figure it out. Everybody shut the fuck up. Oh, and Aelin was like, what if I just pick the door open? And you were like, oh, E.T., you are so smart. Please let us in. And I said, yes, I will let us in. And I broke all of the statues. I broke all of the statues and got us inside. And now look at us. Now we are alive.
Having heard this story, so I can attest that he is marvelous.
Thank you. I told him all of our stories. I told him about the time that we killed all those bandits, about the time that we killed all of those hobgoblins, about the time that we killed all of those farmers by accident. They were possessed.
I'm going back to my room and I'm gonna start just gearing up.
I told them about the time. I told them about the time that we stopped the three ice stone chamber, that all because of me. I told them about the time that we rescued Helen from the poacher. I told them about the time.
I start turning around and I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. You told them all these stories. Did you also tell them the time that you almost died every single time we did this stuff?
I don't remember that happening.
That's because I
blacked out.
Yes, I saved you. Togoth said it's okay. You almost died again, and I saved you again.
I do love the little Togoth touches. They make me feel very good.
Okay.
I don't know why, but when you hold me in battle, I think love is real and Togoth is good friend. And then I just want to fight more.
I look over at Gavin and I go, has he been doing this the whole night?
The whole night, sir.
Gavin is really big fan of when you and I rescued that bartender. Do you remember that story?
So, okay, what I want to say is,
yes,
let us get ready, because I
okay.
see Aelin's gone. We can't do this without Dolo.
You did stuff without me?
No, we tried to look for you. There's a bit of difference.
If you were trying to look for... I'm very big a man. I'm sure you could find countless stories about me. I murdered like 3 to 4 people last night. If you really were looking for me, you'd find me.
I'm talking to a wall. Okay.
I'm not a wall. I am Eteocles. And this is Helen.
She barks.
Yes.
Gavin.
She's a good girl.
Facts. So I turned to grab the rest of my I turned to cinch the armor back in underneath the cloak so that I can just start heading downstairs.
Yep.
Because I'm going, regardless of what E.T. wants to do, I'm gonna go eat. It's like, nope, I gotta eat first thing in the morning. So sorry.
Yeah.
I have donned on my usual gear and all my daggers. I don't know what now is going to happen.
Yeah.
And on my way out, I do want to go into Dolo's room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to leave him a note.
Hopefully he reads
my note from downstairs.
You should go read your note downstairs.
Actually, you should. You should go read your note.
My note is going to read, hope you didn't go for a swim. We'll be back. Something about vampires. Something about treasures. See you later.
Something dark side.
Once Togoth leaves, Gavin goes over and closes the door. Master Bugbear.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I tried teaching Dolo how to swim, but then Dolo started to drown and I had to resuscitate him?
No, but...
It was sad.
Isn't it about time that we went after this my master's signet ring?
Well, yes, but we're going to take them with us.
He goes over to the window. He opens it. He's like, "I think we'll be fine on our own, sir."
Oh.
No, I don't. And I grab him.
No, I don't.
Excuse me.
Just gonna grab him.
Excuse me.
Bless
Go
you.
ahead,
Thank you.
Gavin. It's okay. You know, sneezing is a sign from the gods that you are lying.
But but he claps his hands and he's like, we should go out the window, sir. And Helen immediately jumps out.
Shit!
Oh no.
I break his neck.
Oh.
Okay.
She jumped willingly to go out the window.
Wait. How far down did I get? How far away did I get from the door before I hear this?
No, you're gone.
No, you're gone. You're downstairs. You're eating.
gone.
God damn it. All of a sudden, I just see, as I'm sitting there eating my food, I see Helen.
Just straight down like a pair of bricks. So you've killed Gavin.
Yep.
Oh my god.
And then I jump after Helen.
Okay.
I killed Gavin.
Wow.
I'll make sure I let him know on Tuesday.
Yeah, when you see him.
Yeah.
So as Aelin and Togoth are about to sit down for breakfast, and E.T. and Helen have jumped out the window, I think this is a good spot to stop for tonight. So I would like to thank everybody for joining us as always. Please continue to wear your masks in public, continue to wash your hands, continue to keep your distance, because we're still not out of the woods yet. And although there has been a lot of snow out here and it is white bullshit, winter is still a big and dangerous time. I know that I'm getting over a cold myself. Excuse me. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. As always, we take mental health on the channel very seriously. So if you feel like you need help and you're watching live, there are phone numbers going up on our Twitch chat, so you can find the resources you need to get the help that you deserve. Because it is okay to not be okay. And as long as you know that there are resources within arm's reach, that there are people willing to help you, I think it changes a lot of our mentality towards mental health and things like that. If you're not in the United States, there's a link going up in our chat, and this will be also in our description box if you're watching on YouTube. But that link will help you get the resources you need in the area that you live in. So please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. If you are a friend or family member of somebody that is usually a happy-go-lucky or strong personality type, please check in on them, because you never know how far a simple hello or how are you text can change the trajectory of somebody's life. So as always, I will see you on Monday for our Anarch chapter of Vampire the Masquerade, where you might see one of these faces come back. If not, I'll see you on Tuesday for our Werewolf the Wild West game that is really taking off, and I really think you will enjoy the cast of characters we have gathered. And if not, I will see you next Friday for our Star Wars campaign, where you will definitely see one of our faces that we saw tonight. And on Saturday, next Saturday, we will have our special part 2 of a one-shot that we had last month, which is Big Eyes, Small Mouth, based loosely on the Demon Slayer storyline. So as always, please take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you when we see you. Have a good night.